Making a bike programme, you can't disregard sidecars. Now I'm here in a field in Essex to experience grass tracking. Andy Kerrison very kindly has offered me a passenger ride on his rig today because his normal partner Steve Ashby is actually sitting this one out. Now I've been told it's extremely physical. To be honest, I'm terrified.
Grass track started before the war. I ain't old enough to know the actual dates, but it was going before the war. On different tracks to today, they were originally all sorts of shapes, and many of the present-day road racing tracks developed from original grass tracks. Basically converted road bikes originally.
What is it about sidecars? You know, where's the development of that come from?
Well, you've really got to go back into the past. There aren't many sidecars on the road now, but in the dim and distant past, there weren't many cars, and if people had a family, they had a sidecar. So people got in with sidecars, natural progression onto racing. It's a team thing, and I think a lot of people like that. It's you know, a person might not be good enough to ride themselves, but they can be a good enough passenger in a good team.
Now you've obviously been involved in the sport for a while. Why do you stay involved?
I just love it. I love the social side. I can bring my kids along. We can have a good fun day out. If you're not riding, it's not very expensive to get in, but you get 5-6 hours entertainment. Everybody's friendly. You can see the bikes, chat to the people, get involved.
How do you pick your passenger? I mean, do you sort of try a couple of guys out and see what happens?
I've had 3 passengers in my time. They've all been good, but Alan Berry's been the best. He's been doing actually riding and competing for nearly 14 years now, and certainly makes a difference to have somebody that knows what they're doing on the back, because they're much of the riding force and the team as anything. I couldn't do it without a good passenger.
I'm very happy riding with Neil. You almost have to gel as a team. You have to work as one, and hopefully we do.
Have you ridden with guys before that you've got on and you just suddenly thought, this just isn't working for me?
Yeah, once.
Is it?
It lasted 2 meetings.
Did it?
And I said, no way, I'm not doing this anymore.
And what was it about it that you suddenly thought, right, there's something missing here?
I just felt unsafe. And he was, I believe the expression would be throttle happy. He was like going into the turns too quick, and I said, no, this is not for me.
It's quite a weathered unit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. We used it last year for the British Championship. And I took it home and left it in the shed and forgot all about it until this year.
Are you sort of semi-superstitious then? If you keep the mud on that helped you last year then?
You do tend, if you wash it, they break down.
And what actually is it about this that you enjoy doing?
It's the acceleration and just the drifting all the time. The engine is so powerful, it spins the wheels. If you want it to go around the bend, you've got to put your full trust in the passenger and just pin the throttle.
When you're racing, I mean, is there a kind of, if somebody's committed to the line, you give them that right of way, or if there's a gap, you guys just go for it?
If there's a gap, we just go for it. It's the first one to the bend that actually takes most of the race. Nobody really gives way to anybody else.
Now this sport's all about grunt and hanging on, but there is another sidecar event which is even more spectacular. I'm here at Canada Heights to experience off-road motorcycle sidecar racing. It's 15 minutes of just grueling pain on the bodies. It's like modern-day chariot racing, but off-road. Why they do it? I have no idea.
As a driver, they're very difficult to drive. There's no resemblance to a solo whatsoever, no resemblance to a car, because if you look at the bikes, you've got a 3-wheel device, but a 3-wheel device works best with 1 wheel at the front and 2 equally spaced at the rear. Difficult to drive, but the passenger in the thing, these guys here are some of the top physically fit sportsmen in the world, and I'm not kidding. They're unbelievably fit because it is very, very demanding sport.
Did you start on solo motorcycles or did you go straight to sidecar?
I go straight to sidecar because it's more interesting than on a solo bike for me. So that's why I started in '84 with the passenger.
And what made you choose to be a passenger, not the guy driving?
Yeah, it's because my father was also passenger, and that's why I started also as a passenger.
Would you ever change seats?
No. I've passengered a couple of times with my brother Rob when he used to race. But other than that, I've always been a driver. So.
What element is it about the passenger that you think, no, that's not for me? Or do you just like the driving side?
I'm mostly in control.
When you moved from solos to sidecar, what was the big difference from riding?
Yeah, when you move, you must forget everything. It's two completely different sports. Sidecar is a sport with two people. Solo, you think alone. That is the most biggest difference.
So it's really, you're just working together as a team?
Yeah, everything must be automatic. You don't have time to talk when you drive. Then two people, but with the same brain.
There seems to be a real element of trust that you and the driver have together.
Yeah, you must trust each other, and you must both have the feeling of the bike.
John, it's an absolute extreme sport, and from what I'm seeing, the passenger plays such a massive part in it. Can you kind of show me what you're doing, your footholds and handholds, when you're taking the corners? If I sit on the driver's side, if you can jump on and kind of take me through a...
Well, basically, the driver will obviously be where you are now. If I was coming up to a right-hand turn, I'd basically get up to you, put my arm around you nice and cosy, hang off the back this side, one hand on the handrail here, basically be right off the bike, just keep your foot on the ground, and I'll be hanging right off of this side here, like that, okay? And then the G-force of the corner as we come out of the corner will pull me back up on top this side. And obviously going over to a left
hand,
the driver himself would sit his arm basically down into there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously.
My goodness, so he's down here.
Yeah, so I'd step over to here, grab handhold there, handhold on the back of the mudguard, and hang off as far as I possibly can.
And you're literally in the dirt at this point, aren't you?
Yeah, literally, bum on the floor. So yeah, and then again, use the G-force of the corner as you come out of the corner to pull it back up again. You don't actually use yourself to pull yourself up, use the G-force of the corner.
What possesses you to do this?
You can't get more exciting sport, really can't. It's just a fantastic sport, I love it.
Well, you may have watched this sport thinking it was physical, but if you have a look at this gentleman's hands here, you can actually see just how physical it is and how demanding it is on his body. That's amazing.
It's nice.